So did you end up being able to take a little bit of break from work and just be a mom for a while in there?
I
Like you
did.
weren't
Yes, I
acting
did.
and yeah. And what'd you do during
Yes.
that? Just literally be like a single mom?
I mean, I was really just kind of a single mom. And, I shortly after, about 2 or 3 years later, I met Travis when she was about 3 or 4 years old. But I also started directing my pageants. I'm the executive director for Miss Nevada USA and Miss Utah USA. That's a full-time, year-long job. So I always worked on my pageants and kind of gave back to my girls. But back then I was the director for Miss California USA, which was pretty massive. So
Yeah.
I kind of did my pageants. I did my acting gigs. I still worked. And I took care of my daughter.
And somewhere in there, was that when you were offered Playboy?
Yes, correct. Yes, I was offered Playboy in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
I was Miss December 2001. They had offered it to me when I was on Pacific Blue, but Oscar didn't want me to do it, and so I turned it down. They actually offered me a celebrity pictorial, and I turned it down. And then when they came back again, they said, "Well, we want you to be a playmate this time, not a celebrity."
Okay.
And I was just like, I really don't care. I think Playboy's so awesome. I think it would be really fun. And it was one of the best things I ever did. I just love my Playboy family. And it was such an honor to be a part of it.
So what was that like? Did you get to meet Hugh?
Oh, God, yeah. I met Hef when I was Miss USA when I was 19. I did a charity event at the Playboy Mansion with all the chefs in LA. And I remember he came up to me and he said, you truly are a beautiful young woman. And I thought, that's the coolest compliment ever coming from the coolest man, just because he, he's seen all the most beautiful women in the world and has dated. He didn't want to date me. He was married to Kimberly at the time. He was just being kind. Mm-hmm. And I met Hef so many times. I played backgammon with Hef. I would go to the Sunday movie nights. He opened up his home to us. We would have gaming and volleyball and go in the grotto, and we could tan and use his gym. And he had wonderful buffet dinners for us. And of course, we watched the newest movies out. And it was really just like wonderful friends. And no one objectified us or made us feel sexually harassed. It was just class. And it was always so much fun.
Did you end up seeing the documentary made about Playboy?
I refuse to watch it. I won't watch the documentary. I have personally been up there so many times and for so many years. I've watched so many of those women, a lot of those girls who claim to be girlfriends and playmates. And I think it's disgusting what they're saying about him. And I think it's absolutely horrid. He was a wonderful man to a lot of women. He helped a lot of women. He put a lot of women up who were dealing with drug habits, poverty. He helped women with their children when their husbands left them. He did a lot of incredible people. And I think talking about him after his passing is just vile.
You mean without giving him an opportunity to fire back or have his say, right?
Yeah, to at least defend. I think, taking shots at someone who's passed away, who can't defend himself, I just think this is in tarnishing the name of someone who is really good to people. I just think it's vile.
So why do you think some of those women said what they said? Do you think that might have been their experience, or they're just looking for fame, or what do you think?
I think they're looking for money and fame. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that wasn't your experience. I also had met him, and he had been very, respectful and kind, and I did not have that experience as well. So when you were doing that, you were dating for a brief amount of time, Dennis Quaid, right?
I did date Dennis, for on and off for almost a year. Yeah.
Oh, so not too short of a time. And did he have something to do with your decision to do Playboy at this point?
I talked to Dennis about Playboy. It was something that I really, thought about because I really always wanted to be an actress. I loved being on scripted television shows. And, at the time it was still a little taboo. And I wanted, I really thought long and hard if it would hurt my career, if it would hurt my image, if people wouldn't take me seriously. But really, at the end of the day, the roles that I was being casted for were always the blonde bimbo or the pretty girl I wasn't, no one it was giving me the opportunity to showcase my talents. I was going to have to, dye my hair black and cut it and, to try, I wasn't going to do that.
Right.
So, I talked to Dennis, and he was like, I really don't think it's going to bother, hurt your career either way. Just, go have fun, use the press, get some opportunity from it and enjoy it. And he was right. It didn't hurt my career at all. And it was actually a really awesome experience. And I still worked. I still did lots of great TV and movie projects.
So after that, did you find you got more notoriety? Did you become more famous from doing that?
Oh God. Yeah, it was so great. Back then Playboy had like a modeling agency and they would send us out on all kinds of stuff. I did lots of hosting for the E channel. I don't know if you remember that show. It was like Party Central or something like that. Brooke Burke,
sure.
She hosted that one show and I got to host tons of shows on E and it really kind of spiraled into all these great opportunities. It was awesome.